everyone. This is Jared Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for Monday, April the 6th, 2020, 3 p.m. Eastern. Being careful and aware and clear. There's something that maybe some of you understand is that this cycle on this planet has been basically repeated itself many hundreds of thousands of years. And there is a shift in our consciousness, and the consciousness, and how does that happen? How does the shift in our consciousness happen? It happens from within. When each of us go within, and this is, a lot of people, I think, misinterpret what that means. Within is through the heart-mind. Beyond the heart-mind is the God. And beyond the God is pure consciousness. And beyond pure consciousness is a knowing that you literally are aware that you are connected to everything, every particle, every atom, every molecule. We are all connected to everything. And I think a lot of the times in the planet, because if you look throughout the ages, just in the last, I'd say maybe 20,000, 30,000 years, you realize that why is it that all the gurus, all the prophets, why is it that the planet has remained in such turmoil? Why is that? There's a little trick that's been played on the civilization. Okay, now it's not by the Draco, it's not by the cabal, the dark ones, the low frequencies, low dark matter frequencies. It's not by any of them. It's not by the Pleiadians. It's not by the Syrians, Andromedans, Arcturians, and many more. And we can get out a book and read and describe all of the civilizations that have visited this planet throughout the ages, and depictions and pictures and something about their civilization and so on and so forth. The gist of it is that going within is to discover, when we say who and what you are, it's to discover what you are. I mean, not the body, okay? What is the God? What is the God? This civilization has been so tricked forever. And this is why that we experience, before this time, before this civilization, there were others that experienced similar things: turmoil, greed, lack of, worry, stress, fear. So, and we transition from civilization to civilization. We have all these stories, and they're stories because anybody who reads them wasn't there. They aren't survivors of it. Yeah, you have past lives and stuff, but you haven't survived those times. There is nobody on this planet that is actually still living, still in body, that was in Atlantis when it fell. There isn't anybody. See, you could have swishbacks where you have dreams where you're with others and you're in a crystalline chamber, and it's a center beam frequency energy output generator crystals of Atlantis. See, You can have those things, but to physically understand what the experience was at that time, nobody on this planet has that. They don't have it. See? And the only thing that we go on is within. And discovering, okay, we discover that we are the God, a God. Source creation. Source creation is pure consciousness. God is pure consciousness. All right? All these fables and things that have been made up throughout the generations. Until you discover for yourself, until you decide, nobody else, no outside authority, no external authority, but you go within, and you begin to discover piece by piece who and what you are. And of course, it starts out in a very simple way, and the simple way means that you begin forgiving yourself. And I repeat this because it needs to be repeated many times. You begin to forgive yourself. You forgive yourself of anything that you may have participated in, done in this life. Period. You forgive yourself outright through the heart mind, not the ego mind. And you do it through the heart mind because the heart mind is the emotion. It's the love. The brain isn't capable of love. It is electrical synapses, sparking, sending signals. The heart mind is the emotion center. It's where we feel. It's where we embrace. It's how we love. It's how we become excited and joyous, okay? And when we understand that, it's separate from the ego mind. It's totally separate. There's no connection there. It's separate. So when we begin to understand that the only true journey that any of us can take is within us, is to discover once and for all that we are the God, that we are the kingdom of God, that we are super powerful, not just in words or phrases, but in reality. And we are supreme reality. And once we awaken to that, we control, we literally oversee everything because we're part of everything. And when you're of a high enough consciousness, and we are high enough consciousness, where you begin to realize that without guilt, without the ego trying to detract from that and to pull you away from that, you begin to understand is that you're the master of you, of how you think, how you feel, what you decide, what direction you take. It's all you. It's nothing outside of you. It is all you. Most of the thoughts, as I've said, that we take in aren't even our own thoughts. Okay? When you can come to a point where we will come to this level of understanding with ourselves, where you will look at the body and the God that you are from another direction, from outside of it all. You see what I mean? You will view all of it, the construct, from outside of it all. You will see the God that you are. You will see in the body that the God is housed in. You will see source creation for what it is. You will see the universes. You will view, this is viewing beyond consciousness, okay? So you're looking at everything form and take place. You're just watching it. That's all you're doing. You are not participating in it. You're watching universes form and universes end. You're watching universes merge. See, you're watching galaxies convert, transform. You're watching other galaxies connect. You're seeing all these things take place. And it is all based upon one signal. The one signal, one frequency that starts it all. Okay? If something doesn't have has no energy. It's dead. But when you send a signal, a frequency of a very, 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 very high level, it generates it into activity. It brings it alive. And all of this began with that one signal, with that one beam of frequency. All of it, the universes, the God, source creation, pure consciousness. That one frequency began it all, started it to unfold. And a lot of us believe that, that all of this whole construct is what it is. But when you begin to go in, Maitreya went in, and he discovered who and what he was. And he was able to move outside on being able to wake up every morning, you see? And until the civilization becomes fully aware, each of us, of who and what we are, then these things that happen, we come together and we change it. And every time we come together, it changes, it shifts. Just like now, just like in this now, more and more groups on this planet are coming to the understanding that meditation on a daily basis in major groups is the way that we're going to shift the consciousness of the planet and the civilization. It's the only way, right? All the churches, see, all the prophets have not been able to do that. You see what I mean? And you say, well, how do you know that? Look around you. All you have to do is look around. You don't judge. You view and you say, you know something? That's absolutely right. It doesn't detract from all of that the collective consciousness created. What it does do is it teaches us. And what it teaches us is that we don't ever stop journeying. We don't stop. We don't ever end. We continue forever, eternally. Now, I'm not talking about physical form. I'm talking about etheric form. I'm talking about all that you are is all that there is. Period. All that you are is all that there is. And when we embrace this without fear, without anxiety, without stress, without all the worry, we're all that there is. And we can move and determine for ourselves, okay? What do you think would have happened here with this construct of this virus, okay? Which is absolutely absurd and silly, okay? When we have over, just in this country, over 1.5 million people leave the body every year, just in this country, every year. No one talks about that. No one makes people wear masks, huddled up in their homes. You think about this, you understand, and you realize that, what do you think that it would be like if the entire civilization of this planet Earth, Gaia, in this now, was conscious? Now, they're conscious, but was conscious of being conscious. What do you think would happen? Do you think any of this would have taken place? Do you think that there would be a dark low matter frequency controlling this planet? Do you think all the suffering and pain that has been wrought upon the civilization would exist, would have occurred. No, it wouldn't. That's in the timeline, or that's this, or that's that. It's easily explained away. We are the timeline. We determine how things are going to be. And that's an absolute fact. We determine how things are going to be. We do not do it with hate, anger, aggression, ego, manipulation. And understand is that when the ego kicks in, people want to be revered. They want to be that they did something, or they were instrumental in this, or they were instrumental in that. Do you see what I mean? In a non-ego being, they're not even entertaining that. They don't care who takes credit for what. They don't care who basks in what. They have no interest in it. So when you let that go, when the civilization finally is able to come to full conclusion that we determine, all of us determine how we're going to live, the world we're going to live in, and the joys we're going to experience. We're the designers, architects, the builders. All of us are. Not one of us is diminished in any way. Not one of us with the God within is diminished in any way, and never, ever has been. We have never been diminished. What we do is we continue to expand. We continue to intensify the gods that we are. We don't weaken. We don't do any of those things. That is not possible. What we do in physical form, though, we do become misguided. We do become misled. And you can understand that in the new world, in the paradise is what I'm talking about, not the new world order, not that. We're talking about the paradise and the God planet that has already been forming before our eyes. Now, we understand that each of us, we come to the full conclusion that we are all that there is. And I don't mean that like we're the only ones in the universe, not in that context. I mean it by the fact that all that can be created has been created. Seriously. So we continue to intensify and we continue to expand. We participate unconsciously, not aware of it, in creating universes. We create galaxies. We create planets. You know, whenever you look up into the sky at night and you see all of those stars, all of those reflections, you wonder what it's like out there. You imagine that if you started to concentrate through the heart-mind that you would like to see a beautiful solar system that was God-like, which means totally benevolent, tranquil, secure, beautiful, and peaceful, and joyous. That intent would move the energy to start creating that type of a solar system. Now, we think of ourselves as, well, we're just these little people on this little planet. You know, if we're that powerful, why haven't these things changed, and why haven't I been able to wave my hand and have this falsity removed? Because we become so burdened and so intertwined and so in conflict with ourselves that we don't believe it. We don't believe we have those abilities. We don't believe that. That's not possible. If that was possible, then I would be young forever and I'd never get sick and all this stuff. But that's possible. There's no limitations. We're limitless beings. We're limitless. We decide when we're going to ascend. We do. Each of us. There's not some big force out there dictating to you on when you're going to ascend. There really isn't. See? And this is about knowing who and what you are. And you go through stages. And as we progress through these stages, we begin to realize, this is great. I can feel this way if I choose to feel this way. I can be this way if I choose to be this way. This is great to think for myself. It's wonderful that I can govern myself. I feel very good about that. It's very enlightening. You know, I feel good to create value and build wealth for myself and the rest of civilization. I enjoy this. When you rely on external authority, many people think they don't. All right? What's the example? The example here is that it's all been twisted. It's like everything is the opposite of the truth, but is portrayed as the truth. Everything is the opposite of the truth, but is portrayed as the truth. And the people of this planet must come out of their false bicameral function and embrace the true consciousness that they are today in this now. And the only way they can do it is we assist your meditations, and more groups on this planet are going into meditation, and I am elated at that more and more, and it must be every day. It must be consistent, and it must be chosen by each of us as a joy, as a bliss, not as a duty, not as an expectation to have something in return, but to do it because it is a joy, and we feel the God within smile. And it is always, Buddha tried to teach the people at the time this. Others have tried to teach this. Unfortunately, egos got in the way. So it didn't get where it was intended to get. But we do know that as time goes by, as things begin to accelerate more and more, and every time you blink your eye, something has changed. And we know that change is constant. And we are change. And we are constant. And we are supreme reality. And we are conscious beings. We are not bicameral. We only are tricked, and this civilization has been tricked into exist in a bicameral mode. This is why all this is going on. This is why all this exists. It is us who have created it all. That isn't a guilt trip. That isn't feeling bad about it. It's actually quite awakening to understand that, comprehend it. We are all that there is. And when we are all that there is, and we realize that, and we embrace it, you have a complete blank canvas to create with. You could create the life that you desire. You can create how you want to be, the joy that you are, the bliss that you are, and you can expand it, you can intensify it, you can weave it, you can create anything you desire. I mean, we've been given in our creation, in source creation, in pure consciousness, way more than we realize that we possess, that we are, and what we're capable of doing. Do you honestly believe? With that being said, does it feel right to any of you? And any of those who have now gone into more committed meditation, does it make any sense all across this planet that we need to be governed? Does that make any sense? That we need to be governed. That we need to be led. That we need, they're going to do it. I can't do that. I don't want to do that. I don't want to have to think and lead and do that for myself. They can do that for me. You see what happens, say? And then fear, and then the rest comes pouring in low dark matter frequencies. But when you begin to allow positive, loving thoughts into your heart, And you begin to decide for yourself, think for yourself, and move to become aligned with your destiny. And when you entertain these positive, self-loving thoughts, the instant you wake up every morning, you start your day with being the master of your mind. Each morning you allow for just one positive sensation about yourself, and you are reborn. And your life is a school for learning how to let go of fear and let in love. Letting go of fear and letting in love. You, letting, allowing it. Because only you can do that. Each day that we exist in these bodies is a gift teaching us how to receive more trust, more success, and more compassion. And when we become 100% aligned with our highest destiny, then the universe, which is like a magical pot of gold, which is continuously pouring infinite riches into our life every day. And Ramana Maharishi, he made a great quote, "He who thinks he is the doer is also the sufferer." It's the ego. So, it's always, guys, about this very moment, the gift, the moment, the present. We are all that there is. We are the love. We are the joy. We are the bliss. It is just being able to discover that for yourself. It's real simple in some ways. It's just being able to discover that for yourself. And your inner guidance, the God within you, will show you emphatically the way. Always. When you can stay in place of curiosity and wonder, like when we were kids, stay in place of curiosity and wonder, life gives us great power and wisdom in return. And by trusting every single moment of life, we are allowing our inner guidance to literally show us the way. And our mind will be quiet. And we will be able to hear exactly what we most need to do to reach our greatest success and highest potentiality in this life. We are all that there is. So if you will, go to the place where you're not going to be interrupted, which I'm sure we all are. And the first thing that we would like to do and do is to relax our bodies. Have a good relationship with the body. Relax it. Talk with it. And basically say, body, how we doing? Let's relax. Let's drop the shoulders. Let's eliminate the stress, anxieties, and fears of the unknown or of this moment that I have accumulated even in the last 24 hours. So I'm releasing it. I have no need for it. I'm discovering the joy that I am. I'm discovering the happiness that I am, the bliss that I am, the peace that I am, the abundance that I am. I am that I am. So I have no need to cause myself to be stressful and worried and fearful. They're just thoughts. And when I realize that they're just thoughts when they come in, I'll be able to say this is just a thought. Do I desire to embrace it into a reality? No, because it's not going to do me good. It's going to cause me harm. So therefore I dismiss it. So the body relaxes. It it that you pay attention, that you communicate in gentleness and kindness with it and yourself. So as we relax the body, we move into the now. Now is all we have. It's always been all we have. Everything is in the now. The past is gone. It's dead. It's everything that we've experienced. And even though some of it is enticing and seducing us to go back and relive it, take it into our future, create our future from the past, which is dead, to relive the past, which is dead in our future. Not really something I desire to do. So in the now, we are creating our futures. We are designing them. You're either painting it out, drawing it out, writing it out. You're discovering the true existence that you wish to have in the body. And isn't that phenomenal? It's absolutely spectacular. So why would we even go into the past? We wouldn't. We are always moving forward, never looking back, always moving forward, always up, always increasing our vibrational frequencies through love, joy, and peace, and tranquility, and bliss, and gentleness, and kindness. Always increasing it, always moving forward, always changing, always gaining wisdom, knowledge, experience. And as we relax the body and move into the now, we breathe. We breath in through our noses and we breath out through our mouths. And it's so important to breathe. It's so empowering for us. It's a wonderful vehicle, a wonderful tool. And so as we breath in through the nose, we breathe in, breath in through the nose, and we pull it up through our sacral chakra, up through the center of the body and all the chakras, up and through the throat chakra, up into the crown chakra, up into the brain, into cranium, right under the brain cap, right under your skull, right on the back of the head, right over the pineal gland. You create this breath, which is frequency and energy, and you compress it into liquid. And you use that liquid frequency and you bathe the pineal gland. And it goes through the brain tissue, over the pineal, and embraces the pineal, and it generates the pineal and brings it more and more into full light. And as it does this, you continue this process. You breath in, you pull it up through the center of the body, move it, feel it moving, bring it to the back of the head, over the brain, right where the pineal is, and then you let it go and have it flood and saturate and embrace the pineal gland. You do this, you keep it cascading. You bring it up, over, in, out, up, over, in, out. And as we're doing this, we can hold that frequency, that liquid, that energy, holding it there, right above the pineal. And we can literally use frequencies of I am light, I am love, just for roughly 3 seconds or so. And obviously, as we're breathing in and breathing out, and we keep this cascading, we have the ego mind sitting there tapping on our window saying, hey, you don't need to do any of this. This is crazy. Come over here with me, and you'll be fine. And we're aware of that. That's a good thing. So we continue to do this, and we understand that we bring in grand and great divine positive energy, and it's always being communicating to us through our God and through the heart mind, not the ego mind. And as it does communicate through the heart mind from the God, it literally is giving us a knowledge of what we are. It's constantly there. The challenge for many on this planet is that they do not understand that they're conscious. and they're not sure what that means. So as it comes in for those of us who are somewhat awake or fully awake, then it communicates in a feeling, a frequency, a warmth, a vibration, a hum in the solar plexus and throughout the body. It's kind of a wave. And we are all that there is. And we are connected to every single bit of creation. You're freer than you could possibly imagine. You are. We are all free to explore, to expand, to experience anywhere, anytime that we choose, with the understanding that we do no harm, that we love ourselves and all life, that we are in peace and joy, that we experience the peace that we are and the joy that we are, and the abundance and the happiness that we are. We experience it, okay? And at the same time knowing how free you truly are, which is limitless. We're all that there is. And we are one with the heart-mind, and we are one with the God, the kingdom of God within each and every one of us. And we have others who are with us because we ask them to be with us. All you have to do is ask. And I think a lot of this planet don't understand that, because if they're not physical, then they're not real. Okay? That's just absolutely not the case. So we have the archangels, cherubim, seraphim, archetypes, all the angels. This is a civilization. It's not some mystical creation. It is a civilization that vibrates at a higher frequency. There are trillions of them. They maintain the highest and the deepest eternal love from the highest, deepest eternal love and the highest and deepest eternal gratitude. They exist mostly in joy and bliss, and they're always there to assist, if asked. They appear in different forms at different times to give us messages. And eventually we will see them all, like we see each other. And we will feel them all, like we really do feel each other. And 50, 60,000 can surround one of us. They can inhabit space in small footprints because of their frequency. We have the Ascended Masters: Kuan Yin, Maitreya, Buddha, Lakshmi, Ganesh, Gaia, Saint Germain, Sananda, Jesus, El Morya, Abundantia, Pel, Thoth, many, many, many more. They have mastered and they have ascended out of physical form into God form. So they gain knowledge, just like we do. We've been kind of stymied for a while. We're coming out of it. So we're embodied to experience. And they're of the highest, deepest eternal love from the highest, deepest eternal love and the highest and deepest eternal gratitude. We all are. We're all vibrating at a very high frequency of deep eternal love right now, right in this now, right in this meditation. You can feel it. There's millions of us. And so, as we do this, and we're all together, we decide to form a light circle, a halo, at the equator of this planet Earth, Gaia, in this now, in this meditation circle light. And as we do this, we come together those holding physical form hand in hand, arm in arm, and those not, so to speak, etherically joining. And as we all join together, we become one consistent, brilliant light that grays out the darkness of space. The light is source creation. The light is deep eternal love and deep eternal gratitude. When something is a very high frequency, it is a brilliant light. When something is a very low frequency, it is a darkness in appearance and a dankness on low frequency. We, all of us, are the light. Not the Luciferian light. We are source creation light. We are pure conscious light. So it illuminates everything. And as we begin to levitate above the planet. And as we do this, there is a gossamer field. It's always in place. It's just that when you have so many who are still in bicameral mode, they don't understand it. So we assist with that. In the gossamer field, gossamer meaning you can kind of see through it, and it glitters with brilliant, spectacular, vibrant colors, emerald green, flaming, healing light, Archangel Raphael. This is a column that reminds us that we are the power of healing. The violet, blue, purple, flaming light of Archangel Michael. This is the column that reminds us of the power that we are. The strength and resolve that we are. The white fire. This column reminds us that we carry an armor. And this armor is the highest high frequencies of deep eternal love and the deepest of eternal gratitude. It's very high frequency. So it is kind of an armor that fits close to us, and it flames. But it's a cool flame. And all of the lower dark matter frequencies cannot exist around this armor, which is us. The only way they can is if we lower our vibrational frequencies to such an extent that we allow them to come in. We have the purple transmuting flame, which is a column that reminds us that we can bring that in if this does happen. And we can bring it in, and we can transmute all of those lower dark matter frequencies to neutral light substance and send them back to this great central sun or source creation for repurposing. And then we're reminded of the violet ray. This column reminds us that we can come right behind that and purify the area that we just transmuted into neutral light substance. And then we have the golden white pink light. Pure consciousness, that which created prime source creator God, that which created mother, father God, the masculine and the feminine. That's what created everything. Pure consciousness. This column reminds us that we are deep eternal love. This is what we're made of. This is what we are. We also see this massive crystalline tower, column, many times larger than this planet. Takes up all of space in this solar system. It's literally cascading down like a waterfall straight out of glittering, flickering fluid of deep eternal love and literal deep eternal gratitude, showering, bathing, saturating, flooding, all things, all life on this planet Earth, Gaia, in this now. On it, in it, above it, and below it. Non-stop. Non-interrupted, cannot be diminished. It continues to intensify and it continues to expand. So we continue to elevate. And as we do, those of us carrying physical form are outside the body. We decide to stay outside the body, float above with our God. As we do this, we immediately call out to all the light energy beings that are in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever, beyond, and forever. And only those who are of the highest, deepest eternal love from the highest, deepest eternal love consciously. And the highest and deepest eternal gratitude can join us in this now, in this meditation, in this circle of light. They're in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity, humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, benevolence. And they come in the googolplexes. One googolplex fills this entire universe. They come in the trillions of googolplexes from every direction. Arm in arm, hand in hand, their gods with our gods with theirs. They are with us in this now, in this meditation, this circle of light. They're of the highest, of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude and the highest of deepest eternal love. We are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude and the highest of deepest eternal love. And we're all one. And we're all love. And our God-light energy is absolutely everywhere, continues to intensify, and continues to expand. We call upon all the inhabitants of inner earth, hollow earth, Agartha, and beneath her, many, many, many civilizations. Only those who are conscious of and are of the highest, of the deepest eternal love, and from the highest of deepest eternal love, and from the highest of deepest eternal gratitude can join us in this now, in this meditation, in this circle of light. They're in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity, humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, and benevolence. And they come in the billions, arm in arm, hand in hand, their gods with our gods with theirs. And they are with us in this meditation, this now, in this circle of light. They are in full compassion. They're in non-judgment. They're in non-ego. They are purely conscious and aware. They are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love and the highest of deepest eternal gratitude. We are in the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love and the highest of deepest eternal gratitude. And we're all one. And we're all love. And our God-light energy is absolutely everywhere, continues to intensify, and continues to expand. We call upon all the galactics, all the off-worlders. And there are many, many, many. Just to name a fraction of our familiarity: Pleiadians, Syrians, Arcturians, Andromedans. Only those who are purely conscious and are from the highest of deepest eternal love, and of the highest of deepest eternal love, and of the highest of deepest eternal gratitude, can join us in this now, in this meditation, the circle of light. They're in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity, humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, and benevolence. They have been assisting us in our evolution, in our enlightenment, in our ascension, freeing ourselves from our own self-imposed bondage and slavery. And they come in the billions, arm in arm, hand in hand, their gods with our gods with theirs. And they're with us in this now, in this meditation, this circle of light. They're in full compassion, non-judgment, and bliss and joy. And they are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude and the highest of deepest eternal love. We are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude and the highest of deepest eternal love. And we're all one. And we're all love. And our God-light energy is absolutely everywhere and continues to intensify and continues to expand. We call upon all of our loved ones, all of those who have ascended out of body in this lifetime and all lifetimes that we've inhabited. Only those who are consciously of the highest of deepest eternal love, from the highest of deepest eternal love and the highest of deepest eternal gratitude, Join us in this now, in this meditation, in the circle of light. There in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness, generosity, kindness, humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, benevolence, and they come in the billions, arm in arm, hand in hand. They join us in this now, in this meditation, the circle of light. Their gods with our gods with theirs. They are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude and the highest of deepest eternal love. We are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude and the highest of deepest eternal love. And we are all one. And we are all love. And our God-light energy is absolutely everywhere, continues to intensify, and continues to expand. We call upon all the light energy beings who have decided to be housed in the following forms, on and above and below this planet Earth Gaia, in this now, in this circle of light, in this meditation. Just to name a few of them. The fairies, the sprites, the elves, the gnomes, the dwarves, the trees, the elementals, earth, air, water, fire, ether, the mermaid, the dolphin, the whale, the Pegasus, the unicorn, the centaur, the minotaur, and many, many, many more. They're in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind. Gentleness, kindness, generosity, humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, benevolence. And they come in the trillions. Shapes, colors, size, forms, configurations, many of which we have never seen before. Their gods with our gods with theirs, arm in arm, hand in hand. They are with us in this now, in this meditation, in this circle of light. They are consciously of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude and the highest of deepest eternal love. We are consciously of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest gratitude and the highest of deepest eternal love. And we are all one. And we are all love. And our God-light energy is in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever, beyond, and forever, and continues to intensify and continues to expand. We look up and we see our meditative sphere. It's at center circle. We created this sphere over 2 years ago. It houses all of our meditations in perpetual motion. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of them. All of the highest of deepest eternal love from the highest of deepest eternal love and the highest of deepest eternal gratitude. Pure love. All of these meditations. This is why this sphere can be seen, heard, and felt in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever, beyond, and forever. You feel it all the time as it floods, saturates, invades all of us. In the deepest of eternal love and gratitude. And it's non-stop, and it continues to intensify, and it continues to expand, which therefore continues to give us a clearer understanding so that we begin to elevate more and more, and we choose to ascend in a higher state of being. And the deepest of eternal love and joy. We are all that there is. And collectively, We are intensifying our love and expanding it. We look down upon this planet Earth Gaia, in this now, in this meditation, a circle of light. We see all of our brothers and sisters, all life, the highest value in the universes, on, in, above, and below. All the gods, those asleep, those awakening, those awake. And they, too, are being flooded with this massive collective consciousness, pure consciousness of source creation, of the God within all of us, as we continue to intensify and as we continue to expand. We are all that there is. We are source creation. We are the God. And we continue to intensify and we continue to expand. I join you in the meditation and return to close us out. with you the frequency that you are. The rest of the day into the evening, into the night, into the next morning. And when I say that we are all that there is, it means that we are connected to all things, everything, that which is being created in this very moment. We are all part of the one. And we can shift and change anything that we collectively desire. We're back here, Tuesday, April 7th, 2020, 3 p.m. Eastern, to continue our global guided meditation call.